to me. It's a dream to me. Rather have the dream inside my reality.
Take one.
Complications in my life, yo, I'm living in. Working 9 to 5, I was there by 10. Wanna do better, got another way. Send my way out, just my dad saying that's okay.
Beware of the... I'm not even gonna pronounce that. Sup, though.
Hi awnings, it's your Auntie Sapphire. Welcome to Something Scary. If you want to listen to the extended version of this episode, head over to Apple Podcasts by clicking the link in the description below. Hey, I'm Sapphire. Want to hear something scary? Code Siren. The following is inspired by a true story from Alex, whose father Vasil served in the Bulgarian People's Army in 1982. Vasil was 18 when he was sent for 2 years of military service, starting in 1982. He was dispatched to a border post along the defensive line between Bulgaria and Turkey. His job was border guard, and his main duty was to patrol the electrified border fence. Mostly, it was to make sure nobody left the country during a time of severe restriction of movement under the communist government. His orders were to shoot on sight. No exceptions. One night, he and his best friend Ivan were patrolling the border as usual with their dog. Ivan was a far senior soldier, much larger and stronger than Vasil, with a kind of look only veteran soldiers had. He described the night as still and cold, and the moon shone through the clear sky during the night. There was a light breeze that whistled faintly across the open plains between the two borders. All was well and normal, and their routine patrol was near their end. Much like most days, nothing seemed out of the ordinary, and the two men started to make their way back to the camp. They were almost back to base when, all of a sudden, Ivan stopped. He turned his head to the darkness. Do you hear that? Vasil stopped to listen, and his eyes widened as he heard what sounded like singing. The two men listened and listened as the singing continued.
Listen my ass. No, I'm covering both my shits, and I'm holding ass at the same time. I don't hear shit.
Seemingly became louder. Vasil stood still, yearning to know who was singing so beautifully.
You curious?
Then, their dog started to growl. Softly at first, until it started barking furiously as the singing came closer and closer. Ivan grabbed Vasil. Listen to me very carefully, he said. I need you to run back to checkpoint B, get on the radio, and call for reinforcements. Tell them code siren. They'll know what you mean. What? Why? Do as I say. Do you understand?
Yes.
All this over some singing? This isn't the Turks or the Americans. This is much more serious than that. Now go! By this time, the singing had become so loud it was almost unnerving,
right,
as if the source was as close as a few meters away. Vasil looked around in panic, gripping his rifle in fear and confusion. Vasil started to run. He knew that the checkpoint was less than 1 kilometer away and that he could make it there in a few minutes if he really ran for it. Behind him, he heard the barking and the growling of their dog change into whimpers of Travis.
Oh my God!
Followed by bursts of automatic fire that whipped through the night air. The fire sustained until he had finally reached the radio at the checkpoint. Checkpoint B to base? Checkpoint B to base. We have a situation here. Code siren. I repeat, code siren. Requesting immediate reinforcements. Over. Base checkpoint B. Reinforcements are inbound. What is your status update? Over. As the response came, the gunfire continued, followed by a scream, as if from a young woman in pain. Vasil stood petrified, his hands trembling. I don't know. My comrade is currently engaging. I don't know what's going on. He shouted into the radio, desperately hoping for some help. A cracked response from the radio came. Vasil struggled to make out the words as the gunfire continued on in the distance. Then, a man screamed, and the gunfire stopped. Total silence, as the broken message of the radio became nothing but static. Vasil began to panic, wondering whether to help Ivan or to wait for reinforcements.
Or to haul ass. If you got the... You kind of forgot that option. You know. Help Alvin. Call reinforcements. Reinforcements. or 3. There's not no gang sign. I'm not. I don't know why I even did this like this, but 3. Hollets. I'm gonna go with 3.
He stood there and listened carefully, but nothing. Only silence. And suddenly, the singing. The most beautiful sound he's ever heard in his life.
Shit.
Basil jumped, shouldering his rifle and aiming into the darkness. Frantically, he aimed his rifle in different directions as the singing grew louder and louder. His breathing became faster and disjointed. His heart pounded like a drum. The singing came closer and closer, filling his eardrums until nothing. Silence again.
What?
He looked around and listened, trying to see or hear anything he could.
He deaf.
Then he saw it. A woman with blonde hair that glistened under the moonlight, wearing a white dress,
Nope.
stood no less than 300 meters in front of him. She was unbelievably beautiful. Basil flinched, bending down on one knee and aiming his rifle. The woman remained still, evidently not fazed by his threats. "Hey, you! Stop there or I'll shoot!" No response. He wondered, why would she be here? By herself, on the border? Was she
Exactly. Exactly. Don't you think that's a little sus? I don't care if a bitch is fine as fuck. I don't care if she fat as hell. And I'm talking about the right fat. Right? I don't care if she top heavy. I don't care if she got some juicy ass lips. I don't care if anything. I don't care if the bitch fine or not. If she literally popped up out of nowhere, I'm shooting you dead in my whole ass.
Or defector? Maybe I should go over there and talk to her. No! He re-aimed his rifle. Her eyes glowed in the shadows like a cat's in the night. The eerie yellow hue was both terrifying and alluring. Maybe she needs my help. No! He shouted at her. Last chance! You surrender or you die! Again, no response.
Kill that bitch.
He opened fire. A full magazine later, and the woman was lying on the floor,
Damn.
dead.
Damn.
He went to examine the corpse just as reinforcements turned up. But when he got up close, there was no body. No blood trails, no drag marks, nothing.
Nope.
Where did she go?
Nope.
Neither Ivan's nor the dog's bodies were ever found, either. What was found were bullet casings and Ivan's rifle left in the mud. The next morning, Basil told his mother about what had happened. She gave him a tight hug. Do you realize how much danger you were in? You encountered a Samodiva.
A what?
According to his mother, they are ancient Bulgarian nymphs that seduce men with their enticing singing voices. Once they lock them in a trance, they take them away as slaves and torture them to death. Had it not been for Ivan, you would not have lived to tell this tale. Oh, I'm so happy you're safe. Do you want more something scary? You
Yes.
can listen to the extended version of this episode over at Apple Podcasts. The link is in the description below. Like and share this video if it gave you the chills. And don't forget to subscribe to Snarled and turn on the bell for notifications. And if you dare, follow me on social media. Until next time, sweet dreams.
I'm not even gonna lie. Is it Sapphire or Snarled? Sapphire? Fuck it. It's gonna take me a minute to learn your name. I'm not even gonna lie. You look really good with purple lipstick. That works for you. And see, homie, you know the rookie, the kid. I mean, granted, he was fucking up, but not to like the full amount, like to the max. He wasn't fucking up, but he was fucking up. Like he clearly had some fucking up moments in this video, but never like to the max. You feel me? But he should have, man. He should have just. I don't know. It's weird, Mo. Because he lived, he can tell everybody back at base, and tell like the future people to like have some beats or like some ear shits, so the music is like either you can't hear it or it's very low, you know, like have some like noise canceling headphones on, or like, or just go deaf or something. I don't know. I'm just throwing some shit out there, you know. But if you're ordered from like a higher authority to shoot anybody that comes within, you know, your territory or your boundaries, then go ahead and shoot. No, I mean, don't, come on, don't, you know. I don't care if it was a kid. I don't care if it was an older person. I don't care if it was a dog. Cause you gotta take everything you gotta take everything into consideration. Cause like that woman, you know, granted she looked fine as hell, but that could have been a distraction, and it was a distraction, you know. I don't care who crosses your boundaries. If they cross your boundaries, shoot that motherfucker. Hey, just saying. But you hesitated, and that was one of the things. That's where you kind of fucking up. You know, you hesitated on shooting that beautiful ass woman. I would have shot her dead. You know. Keep it cool, keep it classy, and I love you. Stay happy. My family.